to find who you are and bring yourself closer to God. Let us do prarthana. That primordial sound, when we say primordial, that sound which first emanated when the universe was created. That divine vibration, and remember to focus on the So when you put your hand on your head, you would feel the vibration. गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बूफलचारुभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम् ॐ वक्रतुण्डाय हुं श्री गणेशाय नमः. To you, Ganesh ji, all of our troubles, difficulties and sorrows we bring to you. We offer them at your feet and we ask you to remove them. Those which you think that are going to teach us, help us to recognize the teaching. To the Divine Mother, you who are all auspiciousness, I pray to you. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे. Shivji Bhagwan, oh, cool and calm you sit. Please protect me throughout the day and night. Be with me at my side. I offer this prarthana to you. Om Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraaya Tasmai Nakaraya Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. To our Guru, we offer prarthana to his feet. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Krishnaya Namostute. Om Shri Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati,
जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी
गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी
गणपति जय गणपति
जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे हरिमणि मुकुट नयन रत्नारे
लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे हरिमणि मुकुट नयन रत्नारे
करमणि माल गले बिच सोहे
गजमणि माल गले ब्रिज सोहे
माल लला में चंद्रकला में
गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी
गणपति जय गणपति जय
गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
मोदक लीद दीत जननी जब तुमक झलकनो पुर झनकारे मोदक लीद
दीत जननी जब
ठुमक चलतनो पुर झनकारी रिधि सीधी दो चवर दुलावत
रिधि सीधी दो चवर दुलावत
सुर समूह लकी होत सुखारी
गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हारी
गणपति जय
गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय
गणेश जय गणपति जय
जय जय जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय
प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय. So, don't mean to embarrass anyone, but how many of us know the Hanumanji Chalisa by heart? That is good. For those of us who know it by heart, those of us now who know it by heart have to understand all of the Chaupais, what they mean. Those of us yet who have not yet learned it by heart, it's not too late. And I'll tell you what is the good thing about it. Learning something new helps to remap your brain. Learning something new that elevates you, like the Hanumanji Chalisa, helps to elevate not only your whole brain neuron system, but elevate your whole soul and your being. So we sing the Hanumanji Chalisa every Sunday. In the recent past, we've been doing that because it helps us to have a focal point and a common place that throughout the week, whatever it is, any difficulty, Jai Hanumanji, we know something that we can say and sing and feel comfort. And so let us join together in singing the Hanumanji Chalisa today with love, with devotion, and hope that we can emulate Hanumanji in the way that he has taught us how to be bhakts.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रजा, निज मन मुकुर सुधार। वरनो रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचार। बोधहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान कोई अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए संजीवन लखन जियाई, श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो यस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा, नारद सारद सहित अहीसा। यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाती, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरी मुख माही, जलधि लांग गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, भोजन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख रहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट के हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमृत जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग पर ताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सरल हो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अर्थ काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा।
जय जय
जय जय जय हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटे बंदी महा सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होई सीधी साधी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महादेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय, शरणम।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। Today, before I move on, I want to just recognize how many people are joining in with us from all over. For example, Tara Sinarayan, who joins in almost every Sunday. When you look on Facebook, she joins with us with her family from Florida. And others who are there, Ms. Balaram Singh, Ms. Gokul, Ms. Prasad, Peter Maharaj, others who are joining on, Ravi's mom. It tells us that we are reaching to people who cannot reach here themselves. And today, I just want us to say a prayer together. I'm getting a little bit of a feedback, a little bit of an echo or something. Today has been recognized as World Environment Day. Am I correct? Yes. And we know here that we continuously speak about that because Sanatan Dharma is grounded in recognition of the environment. Every one of the Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam, Atharva, mentions how one must look after your environment. And there are a number of verses and shlokas coming from them that talks about it. Many of the Upanishads, starting Ishavasam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat, Tena tyaktena bhunjita ma gridah kasya svidhanam. That everything is provided for all of us. It is for us to take what we need, not what we want. Take what we need and leave for others. World Environment Day then helps us to remember that we as followers of Sanatana Dharma are continuously practicing awareness of our environment. Because we cannot do puja without planting flowers. We cannot plant flowers unless we don't dig the soil. We can't plant the flowers and dig the soil unless we don't put the manure from the cow. So everything is interwoven. We believe these things, and that is why whenever we speak about environment, Sanatana Dharma, we try to be environmentally conscious. So I have mentioned before, when you're doing your puja, don't use a pound of foil. Don't use a whole pack of foil. That is not biodegradable. It may look nice, but it's not good. Get the leaves. Put it in front, so Hari leaf or whatever it is, the fig leaf, put it in the front, doesn't matter. So things that have to fall will fall there. We have, for example, the puja stores give you tons of plastic, everything, plastic, you have to open plastic. So we have to one day try to figure out and tell to the puja stores, we are followers of Sanatana Dharma, we don't believe in all this amount of plastic. That everything nicely sealed in plastic and put. No. We have to continuously be conscious of our environment. I've spoken about the kalsas and so on. We put the beautifully decorated ones with all of the sparkling, shiny things on it. That's not good for the river and for the fishes. So use the simple one. We do that. Simplicity is best because it helps us to remember where we are in this whole universe. Just a speck, relying upon the environment to provide for us and for those to come after. So I want us to put our hands together and recite this prayer. It is a prayer that is said every day. Followers of Sanatana Dharma, we say this prayer every day. Panditji would have mentioned, the first one you would say, Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, Karamule tu Govindam, Prabhate Karadarshanam. So we first of all in the morning, we look at our hands like this and we recognize God in our hands. These hands are to do wonderful things today. But the second prayer before we get off the bed is this prayer. And we will say it together. Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamasva me Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Parvatastana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamasva me. One more time. Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamasva me. Om Prithvi Mata Namaha. Wherever you are, touch the ground and bow to your forehead. That is the prayer you say before you get off the bed. So that when you get to the ground and you touch, you put your feet on the ground. What is it? Padasparsham Kshamasva me. Please forgive me for walking upon you. What a beautiful prayer. You who hold all of these mountains Samudra Vasane Devi, all of the rivers and the oceans, all of these vast amount of beings and oceans and entities. Parvatastana Mandale. I bow to you who are taking and bearing this weight on a daily basis. I am now adding to that. Please forgive me. And I hope that I will make a difference positively today. So that is a prayer that we should remember. And if we don't remember all of it, we can at least say, Om Shri Prithvi Mata Namaha, and touch to your forehead. Prithvi Mata Namaha. Or if you want to say Dharti Mata Namaha. So, I wanted to do the Shiv Manas Puja today, but we were not able to do it because I wanted to just share this little message with you before I go into what I want to talk about. It's now 8:56. Maybe now is a good time for the children's class. So those little children, we are all children. I know we all want to go. We all want to hear the stories. We all want to hear how it is it applies to all of us. But we have to pretend to be big and sit here and listen to the big people's talk. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram
Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Binu satsang vivek na hoi. Binu satsang
Vivek na
again.
hoi.
Binu satsang vivek na hoi.
Binu satsang vivek na hoi.
Ram kripa binu sulabh na soi. Ram kripa
Binu sulabh na soi.
again. Ram kripa vinu sulabh na soi.
Ram kripa binu sulabh
Let's do the whole thing.
na soi.
Binu satsang vivek na hoi. Ram kripa binu sulabh na soi. Binu satsang
Vivek na hoi.
Ram kripa vinu.
sulabh na soi.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram.
Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
प्रेम से बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. I spoke about company last year. Today I want to speak about company, but in a different way. Binu satsanga viveka na hoi, what it says, without keeping good company, satsang, truthful company, viveka na hoi, we won't know how to discriminate what is right from what is wrong. Why? Because we learn those values from people who are good. And we in turn inculcate those values. So if we keep good company, we will learn to act like good company. I still keep getting this, I don't know why. Why are we getting that sort of a echo like? But the other side is, Rama Kripa Binu, but without God's grace, it's not going to happen. Without God's grace, you are not able to come here today, no matter how much you may want to come. Your car mightn't start, nobody to pick you up. The clothes didn't iron, it didn't dry because of the rain on Saturday, Thursday and Friday, whatever. Without God's grace, we don't get the chance to be here. So many people want to be here, and they can't. So we have Facebook and YouTube for those who are wanting to join with us, but for some reason cannot be here personally. So it seems like a cycle. Keep good company if you want to be able to have discrimination, but you can't get that good company on God unless God graces you with that good company. And think about which company do we keep the most in our entire life? The answer for me is myself. Myself, me, is who I will spend my whole life with. Myself and my thoughts will be who I will spend the entirety of my life with. And I have to then ask myself, Binu satasanga vivekana hoi, is my company pleasing and good to me? Am I a good person? And am I true and honest to myself? And am I a person that I would like my children to be around? I have to ask myself that. Because if I am not, then I'm not good company. Are we sometimes in such a state of turmoil ourselves that we cannot be peaceful even with our own self? And let me tell you what happens. We make our tea or coffee in the morning and we sit down. And what do? We can't even spend 5 minutes with ourselves sometimes. With our thoughts. We have to see what the world is doing. And it is something that unfortunately, we have all of this social media. I speak about it all the time because I do find it's one of the most distracting and derogating thing that there is, but at the same time possibility to uplift. Because we keep bringing ourselves down all of the time. Instead of spending time with ourselves, looking at ourselves, becoming aware of ourselves, we are becoming aware of others. Most of us can't sit together with ourselves, by ourselves, in silence or peacefully. Because our mind doesn't allow us to do that. And I've spoken about this before from chapter 6 of the Bhagavad Gita, that we are our best friends and we are our worst enemies. So if we cannot befriend our own self to be good people, how can we impress upon anybody else to be good people? How can we say that anybody wants to be in my company if I cannot be a good person? So I want to leave you with an experiment. I'm not finishing yet. I want to help you with an experiment. Tomorrow, whatever point in time in the day, morning, noon, evening, whatever point in time, take 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I want. How many minutes in a day? More than 5. 24 by 60. Sure. The thing is, all I would like you to do is spend 5 minutes. Put a timer on it, doesn't matter. Set an alarm. My 5 minutes is coming up in an hour. Set yourself, and in that 5 minutes, if you make a cup of tea, if you take a glass of water, if you just sit down outside, whatever you might do, and just think about yourself. Think about yourself for that. Do you like your company? Your own self? You are who you are. Do you like who you are? And if you do, then what has gotten you to that place to like yourself in such a way that you like what you're doing? And how do I keep doing that? And if you don't like yourself, then what am I going to do about it today? Well, tomorrow, when you start tomorrow. If you want to start today, that's fine. But in that 5 minutes, that's all you need to do. Become aware of yourself and be aware of whether you like yourself or you don't like yourself. You see, without God's grace, no matter how much we think we are doing well, it is because of God's grace that we get that belief, that prosperity, that success. But we have to earn it through our own good actions. So we look at myself. Am I a liar? Am I a cheat? Do I cut into the line when I'm in a line somewhere? When I'm speeding up the highway, do I cut in front of people? When someone cuts in front of me, how do I react? Do I curse? Do I let out obscenities? That is who you are. When you are by yourself, that is who you are. That is who I am. When I'm by myself, that is who I am. When we are with people, we tend to put on a facade. Oh, Mahayogi. And when I'm by myself, something different comes out of the mouth. We first of all then have to accept who we are. Accept who we are. This is who I am at this moment. I am a liar, a chief, a thief, a cheat or a thief. That's who I am now. That's who I want to be. That's the 5 minutes I'm asking you to take. And if that's not who you want to be, then how do you get yourself out of it? We are told, we come here every Sunday. I want to share with you a little story. It's a nice story. There was a hunter. He went into the forest. He walked with his big net and his grains. And he went and he saw some parrots. So he thought he's going to catch the parrots, because these parrots that live in the wild don't deserve to be in the wild. They deserve to be in somebody's cage. So let me go and catch those parrots and put them in someone's cage. Sell it to them. So I will sell what God has given and let them be put into a cage. So he goes into the forest. He does that. He lays down the grain on the ground. He puts the net on the ground, very, very, very tiny holes in it. And the parrots came down, picked up the grain, and their feet got tangled up in it. And all he had to do is now come out from under the tree where he was, wrap them up, and he carried them. So a sadhu saw this. And the sadhu is saying, well, how can he be so cruel? Let me go and warn these parrots so that it wouldn't happen again. So after the man now has gone to the market to sell the parrots, he goes, tells to the parrots, when the hunter is coming, beware, because he's going to catch you with the net. Repeat after me. When the hunter is coming, beware, because he will catch you with his net. All of the parrots, very well. When the hunter is coming, beware. He continues to the parrots now able to see it. They're ready for life. Next day, the man comes back because he made a lot of money with his parrots. He puts down the net. He spreads the seeds. He goes to hide. Here comes the parrots. When the hunter is coming, beware, because he will catch me with the net, into the net. When the hunter comes coming, beware, because he'll catch me with the net. Gets in there and gets caught, and he moves up. We parrot things, but we don't understand. We say things and recite, and we could recite all the 100,000 mantras that there may be, but we don't understand. And therefore, it makes no impact upon our vivek, our discrimination, our sense of being able to choose right from wrong. Because all we are doing is parroting. Remember, Panditji has spoken about this as well, even in education here. Too often we teach children to just parrot stuff back to them, memorize and throw it back out, regurgitate it. Don't think about it. You have no time to think. You have no time to think. You only have an hour. You have to write 100, however many things you have to write. Don't think about it. Just regurgitate. Memorize the pattern, not the thought. Memorize those things. And we like the parrots. When the hunter is coming, beware, because I'll get caught in the net. And go into it quite willingly, because Panditji will say, others will come and say, don't behave badly. Don't curse. Don't lie. Don't do all of these things. And you know what will happen? We go home, Pandit was really good today, and that was a good discourse. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't do all of these things. Go home. First thing you do, you reach by your house or whatever. Can I get some money from you? I don't have no money with me today right now. Happens, you walk out sometimes on the Monday, that happens. So we hear the things, but do we understand the things that are being said? Are we uplifting ourselves and making ourselves better people that we ourselves will be proud to be and sit with? Tony Robbins, he's one of those inspirational speakers. He says, the most passionate relationship between people are those two people who are completely honest with themselves and can therefore be honest with each other. The most fulfilling careers happen when we are in touch with what we really want out of life. When you learn to be honest with yourself, you gain self-esteem, compassion, and an unshakable belief in yourself. Because if I spend all of my life lying to society, I don't even know who I am. So how can I believe in myself? I don't know which lie to believe in for which day. So we have to first of all, Binu Sata Sangha Vivekana Hoi Ram Kripa Binu Sulabhana Soi. Without God's grace, I wouldn't even want to sit with myself if I am not good company. So my first thing, if I want to go and be in good company, I myself have to be that. How do you be honest with yourself? That little experiment that I told you about is a good start. To spend 5 minutes to become aware of who you are, what your thoughts are, what is important, what is not important. What is my battle today that I'm going to fight? And is it worth that fight? When I sit down with my tea or coffee, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to fight this battle. I'm going to fight for the right to cut in the line. Because why I must stand? I'm very important. I can't stand up in the line. Are these battles worth fighting for? What is the battle that is worth fighting? Becoming aware of yourself and what you need, not what everybody else needs. What you need and I need to make myself good company for myself is what I alone have to decide. Nobody else can tell me. Nobody is in my head. I tell my Vibhu and Santosh this, I am not with you 24 hours. So I can say everything that I want to say, but I am not with you 24 hours. I am with myself 24 hours, whether conscious or unconscious. And even in my unconscious state, I'm having dreams about things that I may want to do, or I have experience, or I want to go, whatever it might be. But those are things that I am experiencing. And I have to be aware through my little 5 minutes of sipping my tea or coffee whether I am happy doing that. But we also have to be vulnerable. Well, I can't be weak to anybody else. Yes, you don't have to be weak and show weakness to other people, but you can be vulnerable with yourself by recognizing that this has caused me pain today. I need to deal with it. I didn't like what happened to me yesterday when somebody cut in front of me, and I felt angry and I threw a tantrum. That was hurtful for me. That is not a good thing. How do I deal with it? I have lost a member of my family. That pain, I don't want to relive it. And therefore, I will block it out and cover up with everything else in life and get myself busy, whatever it might be. But I need to be vulnerable to myself at the very least, and then to someone who can help me in situations like that. That this pain that I am feeling, this hurt that I am feeling, this lack of confidence that I am feeling, I recognize it in myself. And I need to do something about it. Write it down, get a journal, write it down when you're sitting down for your 5 minutes. And don't let anybody else see your journal. Put it in your phone. No, but if you take the phone, then you'll see all the notifications coming up. Forget the phone. Get a book and write it down and lock it away. And then, when you sit tomorrow for your 5 minutes to reflect on what you decided today to do and see whether you actually did it. Was I better? Was I better off for my decisions? Am I a better person today than I was yesterday? If I'm worse off, then why am I worse off? Binu satsanga vivekana hoi. Did I have Rama Kripa Binu Sulabhana Soi? Did I have God's grace? Did I feel God's grace? Did I seek God's grace? Because without God's grace, I'm not going to improve, am I? I won't get that Vivekana Hoi. I will not have that sense of discrimination. So today's message, which I'm going to leave you with now, is one of becoming confident in yourself, but most importantly, being truthful to yourself as to who you are. What are your thoughts? Even right now, I'm watching this, I'm listening to this, but where are my thoughts? I don't know. Who's going to win the game today? Who's playing today? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm sleeping away on myself. I'm not sure. The thing about it is we have to be honest. We have to be honest. Why have we come here today? We have come here to get God's grace. By God's grace, my life will be picking up. That is why I'm here. Picture your future. Develop your self-awareness. Reflect on your decisions. And try to be at peace with who you are. And be the person that you would want other people to be around. With those few words, I wish to commend all of you who have come and continue to maintain the COVID regulations. You've come to do puja, you're still wearing your masks. I am not, only because I'm more than 6 feet away from you all. But COVID is still real. People are still getting it. So many people are still being impacted in different ways, and they are suffering with the effects of COVID even after. I'm not even speaking about those who have passed because of that and who have lost family because of it. So that even though we feel that life has returned to normal, it hasn't, because COVID is still real. And it is still affecting people's and their ability to operate even afterwards. Fatigue and all of these things. Long COVID is a reality. So the best way is to try to make sure you've got your vaccines, which most of you, if not all of you already would have had, and ensure that you continue to maintain the regulations. प्रेम से बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. Pandit ji, do we have any?
We will have the announcements after the general arti. At this point, we want to invite you to come forward and perform your arti again, wearing of the gloves, maintaining the social distancing as you come forward.
जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी, जय जय मंगलकारिणी, दुर्गे दुर्गति नाशिनी माँ चंद्रमुंड विनाशिनी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी, जय जय मंगलकारिणी, दुर्गे दुर्गति नाशिनी माँ चंद्रमुंड विनाशिनी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी. स्वीकारो आरती वंदन, तेरी पूजा तेरा अर्चन. स्वीकारो आरती वंदन, तेरी पूजा तेरा अर्चन. श्रद्धा भक्ति भाव है मेरी, तेरी चरणों में समर्पण. शक्ति शिवानी मात भवानी, करुणा में जगतारिणी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी, जय जय मंगलकारिणी, दुर्गे दुर्गति नाशिनी माँ चंद्रमुंड विनाशिनी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी. दुर्गम दुर्ग प्रवास तुम्हारा, सारा जग में दास तुम्हारा. दुर्गम दुर्ग प्रवास तुम्हारा, सारा जग है दास तुम्हारा. जग को प्यारा दर्श तुम्हारा, सबके मन में निवास तुम्हारा. भक्ति तिहारी द्वार आई, आस में भय हारिणी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी, जय जय मंगलकारिणी, दुर्गे दुर्गति नाशिनी माँ चंद्रमुंड विनाशिनी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी, जय जय मंगलकारिणी, जय जय जगदम्बे अम्बे भवानी.
राम राम श्री राम
Shri Ram,
Ram Ram Shri Ram Bhaj Man Ram Ram Shri Ram Bhaj Ram Ram Shri Ram. I feel like I have been missing out. First time I'm ever hearing you sing. Very, very well. Hari Om Tat Sat. Ably tutored by Prashant ji. Okay, while you're deciding what to sing, I will sing. Shambhu says this is my new favorite song. Krishna Murali Manohar Nandalala Krishna Murali Manohar Nandalala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala 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 Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Let's go on twice. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Krishna Govinda Hari Om Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalal 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 Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Krishna Govinda Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Govinda Govinda Gopal Nandalal Gopal Nandalal Gopal Nandalal Gopal Nandalal Gopal Nandalal हरिपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल
गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल
कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंदलाल गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंदलाल कृष्ण गोविंद
गोविंद गोपाल नंदलाल गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंदलाल
गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल गोपाल नंदलाल
गोपाल नंदलाल
कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंदलाल गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल नंदलाल प्रेम से बोल श्री गोविंद कृष्ण भगवान की जय
Before we stand for Arti, there are a couple of announcements. I will invite, I believe, Amika, there's an announcement you want to make? So I'll invite Amika to make an announcement, and then we will conclude with the other announcements that have to be made.
Sitaram, everyone. So as you all know, with the onset of COVID, as well as the departure of the executive for studies abroad, the youth group has been relatively inactive for the past 2 years. And in a thrust to kind of kickstart activities once again, we are organizing an event next week, Sunday, after Mandir. So we will be dubbing it the Youth Day. And all members who are Form 1 above, so persons around the age of 12 and up, who would like to be a part of the youth group, who have been a part of the youth group, who feel youthful, please, we are asking you to stay back next week after Mandir. Bring clothes to change into comfortable clothes like, just sweatpants and appropriate, wear. And we will be participating in some team building activities in the hopes of restarting our activities of the youth group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amika, and that's a very important message that I want to resonate with all persons, especially those who are not only here, but those who are looking online. The restart of the youth group is a very important aspect of our Mandir's activities. As you would have been aware, the Bal Vihar classes have been restarted, and once more, we want to encourage those of you who, for one reason or the other, have not been physically back to the Mandir, but may be looking on, to please ensure that your children and grandchildren come out and take part in this wonderful class, the Bal Vihar class, every Sunday morning. And now the youth group and its formalization of activities. We want to encourage all youths, and again, all youths. So the underscoring age is 12 and up. So anybody minimum age of 12, and I might very well join the youth group because I feel youthful. So please come out next week, as was said, bringing with you appropriate attire and remain behind after service. I suspect refreshments and so on will be provided, so you have no need to worry about that. So that's been provided. So please, we want to encourage everyone to attend. Again, warm welcome to each and every person who has attended this morning, who has viewed us online. Every morning, every Sunday morning, we will be having our satsang and our puja. Those of you who wish to perform hawan or puja, you are asked to see either Mrs. Rama Umrao, or Mr. Malay Maraj, and give your names to perform either hawan or puja on a Sunday morning. You are reminded that yoga classes resume tomorrow. There was a little bit of a hiatus, and with the public holiday last week, Monday, but tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. So all current students and persons who would like to join, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. Members of Management Committee, you're reminded that there is a Management Committee meeting after service next week, and I think that was done so that the management members could pretend to be youths as well. So it's next week, Sunday, after service. So all members of Management Committee, and please be aware that that's an important meeting. That's the meeting where officers will be elected. So please, we're asking all members of Management Committee to attend so that that meeting can fulfill its purpose and objective. I want to use the opportunity as well just to remind, we have a number of items of samagri and murtis and so on that were procured by the Mandir, and they are available. So I know many people like to have a little murti with them, either on their desk or maybe sometimes in your vehicle. We have an array of those. as well as certain packs. So Pandiji, forgive us, it's in plastic at the point in time. But there are some Hawan packs and other samagri. There's also a large abundance of nutmeg. So we were asking persons, all of the male members who engage in cooking, right? So Bishnu and Rakesh and Parmesh and all of you all who engage in baking things like banana bread and cakes and making stuff like that. We have nutmeg, and we would really invite you, instead of purchasing from the grocery store, you could just acquire a couple and make a contribution that you deem fit for that acquisition. So please see Pujari after, right on the back, and there's a whole spectrum of things that you can acquire for your puja room and the nutmeg for your kitchen if you wish. Finally, I want to extend birthday greetings to Anish. Anish will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow, 6th of June. And permit me as well in absentia to extend birthday greetings to Mr. Jairam Bali. Mr. Bali will be celebrating his 92nd birthday on Tuesday. And within recent times, Mr. Bali has not been in the best of health, but he is, in terms of spirit and so on, he's in a wonderful place. And we want to extend birthday greetings to Mr. Bali in his absentia. All other persons who are celebrating birthdays or anniversaries, to all the students who are continuing with their exams, Bhagwanji's blessings to you all. This concludes our announcements for this morning. I don't think there are any further ones. Of course,
I would just want to ask a question of Ambika. So the youths who come next week, are they expected to change here, or are they coming in their sweats already? They can change here. All right, we have changing facilities. Cool. All right, okay.
So we stand for Arti, and then Panji will close the closing prayer.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ki sangat Das Jano ki sangat Shan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Hari Om. As we clasp our hands, close our eyes, and bow heads in prayer. For one moment, let us maintain that period of silence, that time when we spend with our thoughts. O Prabhu, you are omniscient, you are omnipotent, you are all merciful. We surrender ourselves to you continuously, seeking your grace, your guidance, and your inspiration. We pray for the well-being of not only ourselves and our families, but we pray for the well-being of all of humanity. For all persons who may be facing some distress, some anxiety, some illness, bless them, uplift them. For all families who've suffered the loss of a loved one, inspire them and grant that fortitude and courage to continue on. For you are mother and father, you are family, you are friend, you are knowledge, you are wealth, you are everything to us all. We commune together in prayer. Hari Om. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Seka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Sato Ma Sargamaya Brahmaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। प्रेम से बोले श्री सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय। चेंज दोस अराउंड यू, सब कोई जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम, जय सीताराम। May you have a very powerful day and a very productive and wonderful week ahead. We look forward to seeing you all again with us next Sunday. Jai Sitaram.
बार बार दिल ये आए, बार बार दिल